Hey everyone, this is Mike with Get Traction RC. In this video, I'm going to go over my Hoss 4x4 VXL, all the upgrades I've made to it, and why you may want to make those upgrades too. So don't mind the truck's a little dirty right now, but as you can see, I've got the extreme heavy duty kit. So that's going to be the shock tower, the shock towers, these drive shafts, and the rest of this, the knuckles, carriers in the back. Nicest thing about these is the fact that they capture on both sides of the arms. You see in the front here, it's I guess a little easier to see in the back where it's black and orange. And so I got the 2255 servo on here. That was the next upgrade that I made. And there's a hot racing steering bell crank in there, aluminum bell crank. I put this heat sink on. This heat sink is for the Max motor, which is the same motor. It's just a little bigger than the one that they advertised for the Hoss. I had a fan on it. I found I didn't need it. This is the fan I had on it. The fan that came with it died. Lost a blade, actually. Didn't die, but it does not work anymore. So I just put this as a Works R1 or something like that in there. And you see I just got a 5,000 milliamp hour Traxxas battery in there. Let's see, rest in peace T-Bone Racing wheelie bar on here. That's where that came from. And I don't know who the heck, I don't know, some kind of servo horn on there. The linkage is still just the regular stock linkage right there. I've not really needed to replace it for any reason. And if you look at all of it together, oh, I guess, okay, I got the GTR shocks also, and then, yeah, I think that's pretty much all the upgrades that I've done to it. Now, the question is, should you do all these upgrades to it? Probably not. I've been sending this car pretty good, and this stuff is great, but once you've put these on here, it changes the bearing size because of these drive shafts. And these are really chunky compared to the original stock ones. I don't know how much you can tell on that, but they're like splined. They're pretty much the Traxxas Max ones, just kind of shaved down shorter. But anyways, they rub inside in the A-arms. And you see I got a broken arm over here. But they rub inside of here, right? So like you can't use RPM arms on here. You can't use RPM hubs on here. If that's your thing, if you're wanting to use RPM stuff on here, it will not work. It just binds up constantly because of the thickness of these drive shafts that they put in this kit. And you can't really not use them. They're now making at $80 for the front and $80 for the rear a set of CVD drive shafts. But yeah, that's getting kind of steep, guys, when you're talking 120 for the plastics and then another 160 for the drive shafts. I think you're probably real solid then, because then you can replace these arms with RPM arms, and they're pretty solid on these vehicles. But that's been the biggest breaks that I've had, is if you can see this right here, right there, that, if I can get this thing to focus. Come on, focus. Yeah, anyways, you can see it rips out of the pin, and it does it in the front here, and it'll also do it back here in the back. That's where they break. They're cheap to fix, but sometimes I get 2 jumps, sometimes I get 30. And they can be real light jumps, and they'll break. So anyway, so that's pretty much it. You don't need this servo. Just get a better servo than what they give you, because it is junk. That was overkill. Does well in here, but not really a point in spending that much money on one. The shocks are great. I would not go with the big bore ones. They're not worth it. Get these if you're going to upgrade your shocks. If you plan on jumping it more than 10 feet in the air, upgrade your shocks. You can avoid the HD kit and just get all this stuff. They make these, the towers, the hubs, all that, RPM. But yeah, that's it. So now I'll just kind of show you how it performs. So enjoy the video, guys. Like and subscribe, comment.